The government has confirmed that the interstate travel ban remains in place, although cross-district travel remains permissible except in Sabah and Sarawak. Senior Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob was quick to shoot down rumours that there would be an inter-district travel ban during the upcoming Hari Raya Aidilfitri celebrations, saying that the standard operating procedure is still being studied by the authorities. He also announced that Selangor, Kuala Lumpur, Johor, Penang, Sabah and Sarawak will remain under conditional MCO until May 17th. Kelantan will be under MCO until May 17th. New COVID-19 infections stood at 2,733, with Selangor recording the highest new number of cases at 750. A total of 13 deaths were reported. Hearteningly, today's recoveries were also above the 2,000 mark at 2,019. Sapura Energy saw its losses substantially narrow for the fourth quarter of FY21 to 216 million from 4.2 billion the previous year, thanks to improved margins from its engineering and construction business and lower finance costs, among others. Quarterly revenue improved 30% to 1.4 billion ringgit. It should also be pointed out that fourth quarter FY20 had included a massive 3 billion ringgit impairment as Sapura cleaned house. For its full year report card, FY21's net loss came in at 160.9 million compared with 4.56 billion recorded in FY20, while revenue dropped by 17% to 5.3 billion due to pandemic-linked disruptions. According to its boss announcement, Sapura says the financial impact from the pandemic is estimated to be about 286 million, while incremental weather costed another 303 million ringgit. Group CEO Datuk Muhammad Anwar Taib says the group has proved its resilience by weathering both an economic downturn and a pandemic. He adds that Sapura is now on a firm footing for sustainable growth and is looking beyond its existing market to embrace energy transition. Meanwhile, the group announced an additional 1 billion in ENC contracts today, which brings its current order book to 13.7 billion, which means Sapura has secured 80% of its revenue for FY22. Bursa Malaysia's net profit for the first quarter of FY21 near doubled to 121.4 million from 64.7 million, largely due to higher operating revenue. As such, revenue for the quarter jumped 54% to 232.3 million, supported by higher trading revenue in the securities and Islamic market segments. CEO Datuk Muhammad Umar Swift says average daily trading value for securities markets on market trades continues to grow, and domestic retail investors continue to play a significant role. Trading revenue during the quarter came in at 150.9 million compared with 78 million in the previous year's matching quarter on the back of higher effective clearing fee rate. However, revenue from derivatives trading decreased by 15.7% to 22.6 million, mainly due to a drop in certain contracts and a lower number of trading days. Moving forward, Umar says that while Malaysia is well positioned for an economic recovery, the pace and extent still remains uncertain. He emphasizes that the exchange will continue to support market participants by providing facilitative ecosystem initiatives alongside relief measures to ease financial burdens. Nestle Malaysia's net profit for the first quarter of FY21 dipped 6% to 175.2 million, due in part to lower out-of-home sales activities due to COVID-19. Revenue, however, inched up 1% to 1.45 billion thanks to robust in-home consumption. No dividend was declared for the quarter. On a quarter-on-quarter comparison, Nestle did better, with revenue improving 5.7%, mainly due to higher sales during Chinese New Year. Moving forward, the group says it will further renew its commitment to Malaysia by allocating 300 million in capital expenditure. CEO Wan Aranol says that all things considered, the first quarter reflects the group's ability to continue to drive growth and sustain its performance even amidst the pandemic. As for outlook, Aranol says Nestle is encouraged by the recovery signs in out-of-home channels and has confidence in the momentum of its brands. Court of Appeal today set aside 10 million ringgit fines each imposed on one-time collaborators AirAsia and Malaysia Airline System by the Malaysia Competition Commission. The two had a short-lived partnership in 2012. This followed Justice Dato' Hanifah Farikullah to set aside the High Court decision on December 20, 2018 that ordered both airlines to pay the fines and overturned an earlier decision by the Competition Appeal Tribunal to allow their appeal. Justice Hanifah ruled that MyCC should have abided by the decision imposed by the CAT and not filed judicial review to challenge the CAT's decision. MyCC has been ordered to pay 30,000 ringgit costs each to both appellants in this court and below. To recap, MyCC had imposed fines on both airlines in 2014 after it found that both AirAsia and MAS breached Section 4.2 of the Competition Act 2010. On appeal, the CAT on February 18, 2016 overturned MyCC's decision to impose the fines. MyCC then filed the judicial review, resulting in the High Court reimposing the fines.